The American dream, once a beacon of hope and opportunity, is facing an unprecedented threat. Robert Kiyosaki, renowned author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has issued a stark warning. A financial crisis of epic proportions is looming on the horizon. This is not a time for complacency, it's a time for action. Kiyosaki, known for his straightforward financial advice, pulls no punches in his assessment of the current economic climate. He argues that the warning signs are impossible to ignore, and the consequences of inaction could be devastating for millions of Americans. The very foundations of our financial system, he contends, are built on shaky ground. This is not a message of doom and gloom, but a wake-up call. Kiyosaki firmly believes that by understanding the forces at play and taking proactive steps, individuals can not only weather the coming storm, but emerge stronger and more financially secure than ever before. Like a canary in a coal mine, warning signs of an impending financial crisis are all around us. One of the most glaring is the staggering level of national debt. The United States is drowning in debt, with trillions of dollars owed to both domestic and foreign creditors. Another alarming sign is the Federal Reserve's relentless money printing spree. While presented as a solution to economic woes, this practice, Kiyosaki argues, is akin to giving an addict a larger dose of their drug. It only delays the inevitable crash. The consequences of these actions, he warns, will be dire. Inflation, that silent thief, is already eating away at the purchasing power of the average American. The cost of living continues to rise, while wages remain stagnant. This toxic combination is squeezing the middle class and pushing more and more people into financial insecurity. At the heart of Kiyosaki's warning lies the unsustainable mountain of debt that plagues the United States. This debt, he argues, is not a sign of prosperity, but a ticking time bomb. Like a house of cards, the entire financial system is built on a foundation of borrowed money. This addiction to debt, Kiyosaki warns, cannot be sustained indefinitely. Eventually, the bill will come due, and the consequences will be severe. He points to historical examples, such as the Great Depression and the 2008 financial crisis, as stark reminders of what can happen when debt spirals out of control. The longer this reckless borrowing continues, the more catastrophic the eventual collapse will be. Kiyosaki's message is clear: we must address this debt crisis before it's too late. Ignoring the problem will only make the inevitable reckoning more painful. The Federal Reserve, often hailed as the guardian of the economy, is, according to Kiyosaki, fanning the flames of the impending crisis. Their policy of quantitative easing, essentially printing money out of thin air, is creating a dangerous illusion of prosperity. This artificial injection of money into the system, Kiyosaki argues, does little to address the underlying economic problems. Instead, it creates asset bubbles, fuels inflation, and encourages reckless speculation. It's like giving a sugar rush to a patient with diabetes, a temporary high followed by a devastating crash. Kiyosaki is a vocal critic of the Fed's policies, arguing that they are leading us down a dangerous path. He believes that true economic recovery can only come from sound fiscal policies, reduced government spending, and a focus on creating real wealth, not printing it. Section 5. Inflation, the silent thief, eroding your wealth. Inflation, often described as a hidden tax, is insidiously eroding the value of your hard-earned money. What you could buy a year ago now costs significantly more, and this trend shows no signs of abating. Kiyosaki warns that inflation is a silent thief, robbing you of your purchasing power without you even realizing it. The official inflation figures, he argues, do not accurately reflect the true cost of living increases experienced by most Americans. From groceries to gasoline, from housing to healthcare, prices are skyrocketing, putting immense pressure on household budgets. This is particularly true for those on fixed incomes or living paycheck to paycheck. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of protecting your wealth from the ravages of inflation. He advocates for investing in assets that tend to hold their value or appreciate during inflationary periods, such as precious metals, real estate, and certain commodities. Section 6. The middle class squeeze caught in the crosshairs. The middle class, once the backbone of the American economy, is caught in the crosshairs of this impending financial crisis. Squeezed by stagnant wages, rising costs of living, and increasing debt burdens, many middle-class families are struggling to make ends meet. Kiyosaki argues that the very policies designed to help the economy are disproportionately hurting the middle class. He points to the Fed's policies, which he believes primarily benefit the wealthy and well-connected, while leaving the average American to grapple with the consequences. This erosion of the middle class, Kiyosaki warns, is not only a social tragedy, but also an economic disaster in the making. A thriving middle class is essential for a healthy economy. Kiyosaki urges individuals to take control of their financial futures and not rely on a system that he believes is rigged against them. Section 7. The Rich Dad's Prescription: Safeguarding Your Future. While Kiyosaki's warnings about the impending financial crisis are sobering, he also offers a message of hope and empowerment. He believes that by taking proactive steps, individuals can not only protect themselves from the coming storm, but also emerge stronger and more financially secure than ever before. His advice centers around the principles he outlines in Rich Dad, Poor Dad, shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, understanding the difference between assets and liabilities, and taking control of your financial education. Kiyosaki emphasizes that knowledge is power, especially when it comes to money. He encourages individuals to become financially literate, to understand how money works, and to make informed decisions about their investments. This, he believes, is the key to achieving true financial freedom and weathering any economic storm. Section 8. Embrace the power of assets: Building a solid foundation. One of Kiyosaki's core principles is the importance of building a solid foundation of assets. He defines assets as anything that puts money in your pocket, such as rental properties, businesses, stocks, bonds, and intellectual property. Liabilities, on the other hand, are anything that takes money out of your pocket, such as mortgages, car loans, credit card debt, and consumer goods. Kiyosaki stresses the importance of acquiring assets that generate passive income, even if it's a small amount at first. He encourages individuals to shift their focus from working for money to having money work for them. By building a portfolio of income-generating assets, you create a safety net that can provide financial security during turbulent times. Section 9. Gold and silver time-tested havens in uncertain times. Kiyosaki is a strong advocate for investing in precious metals, particularly gold and silver, as a hedge against economic uncertainty. He views these metals as time-tested stores of value that have preserved wealth for centuries, especially during periods of high inflation or financial instability. Unlike paper currencies, which can be printed at will by governments, the supply of gold and silver is finite. This scarcity, coupled with their historical significance and industrial uses, makes them attractive safe haven assets during times of economic turmoil. Kiyosaki recommends that individuals consider allocating a portion of their portfolio to physical gold and silver. He emphasizes the importance of holding these metals directly rather than through paper instruments like ETFs to have true control over your assets. Section 10. Financial education: Your most valuable asset. In Kiyosaki's view, financial education is not a luxury, but a necessity. He believes that the traditional education system fails to adequately prepare individuals for the complexities of personal finance, leaving them vulnerable to financial struggles and exploitation. He encourages individuals to take control of their financial literacy by reading books, attending seminars, seeking out mentors, and continuously expanding their knowledge of investing, money management, and wealth creation. The more you know about money, the better equipped you are to make sound financial decisions. Kiyosaki emphasizes that financial education is an ongoing journey, not a destination. The financial landscape is constantly evolving, and it's crucial to stay informed and adapt your strategies accordingly. By investing in your financial education, you're investing in your future. Section 11. Take control of your destiny. Prepare, adapt, and thrive. Robert Kiyosaki's warning about the impending financial crisis is not meant to instill fear, but to empower individuals to take control of their financial destinies. He believes that by understanding the risks, making informed decisions, and taking proactive steps, you can not only weather the coming storm but also emerge stronger and more resilient. The key takeaway from Kiyosaki's message is that complacency is not an option. The time for action is now. Educate yourself about personal finance, build a solid foundation of assets, and seek out alternative investments that can protect your wealth during turbulent times. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the realm of finance, it can be the difference between financial security and hardship. Take control of your financial future today and navigate the coming financial crisis with confidence and resilience.